So glad you finally decided to show up. If you want to meet your comrade, walk through those doors.
Think you scare me? No. I'm coming.
Good. I am told you are a rather resourceful individual. This should make you a most intriguing specimen. You and your kind may play mortals for weaklings and fools, and that may be fitting for some. But you underestimate me. Subject is female. Appearance suggests early to late 20s. True age unknown. As with the other, there are no vital signs. No heartbeat, no body heat. Test chamber air sample is 97% carbon monoxide. Normal respiration cannot take place. Subject is by all definition clinically dead. Hello in there. I'm going to run some tests on you. I'm interested in how you work, but only because it's my task to find the most efficient way to kill your kind. Please, give me everything you've got. Begin the experiment. Test chamber has been filled with ultraviolet light, releasing moderate UV radiation. Does that burn at all? Subject exhibits no sign of pain or even physical discomfort. Shut down the lights. Conclusion: UV radiation does not produce the desired effect. Please, move on to the next chamber. If you cooperate, your kind is resourceful. Your survival instinct borders on animalistic. I'm curious about your innate abilities. Let us see what you can do. The walls are reinforced concrete, several feet thick. There is no other exit. Believe me, it is my design. Only the most simple creatures can survive dismemberment. You've shown great resilience so far. Let's see how you do against some live targets. Proceed to the next room. Sometimes myths are constructed around legitimate observations. Let us find out if there's any truth in an old superstition. Initiate Van Helsing experiment. Does that hurt? I'd rather Van Helsing hypothesis tests false. Well, when God fails, put your faith in the gun. Proceed, Commander. The weapon modifications are my own. Promising. Suggesting. Subject has terminated. Belmont team. You are turning out to be a very useful... What is it doing? Continue to the next room. I'm very enthusiastic about many regimes using electricity demonstrated considerable mental and physical acumen. And I'm quite perplexed how something that should be dead can display such strong survival skills. Let's begin the final test. Step into the next room. Stand by. Run a check on the extinguishers one more time. I've already determined fire is a weakness of your kind. I would like to know more about the psychological effect it has on you, and how it may be exploited.
Freeze!
Hey!
They get you too? I've got no excuse. A Nosferatu getting caught by a bunch of humans? This is a new low.
Barabbas, I presume. Gary sent me to come get you. Let's get out of here.
Wait, we can't go yet. There are servers here. We need to hack in and delete all of their research. Should be a mainframe on this floor.
Leave it to me. Not a computer made I can't crack.
Let's check the computers. Anything on Kindred needs to get wiped. Anyone interferes, you leave them to me. If I tore the lungs out of everyone in this place, it still wouldn't feel like revenge.
I agree. Let's go.
Freeze! Hey, freeze!
Let's go.
Freeze! Freeze!
That was the last of them. Let's get out of here.
You need to contact Gary right away. He needs to know you're okay.
Will do. And thanks.
Freeze! Freeze! Hey, hold it! Stop right there.
Thanks.
Hello?
Do you have Prince Albert in the can?
Well, better let him go, boss. You done real well bringing our boy back home. I got your info, hero.
Yes?
The same information I gave your prince, I also traded to the Giovanni for a bit of juicy gossip. You both had an equal opportunity to take it. They just had a bit more initiative.
The Giovanni?
If you're going to play jihad, you need to do your homework. Knowledge is power, and power has a price. But seeing as how I've already got what I want from them, I'll give you a freebie.
Tell me about the Giovanni.
Oh, you're going to love this. They've got skeletons in their closet. Literally. I should have played the Catskills. Incest, organized crime, death cults. That's the Giovanni. Spaghetti and corpses, boss.
Tell me a secret about the Giovanni.
The Inkaran sarcophagus isn't the only occult item they're hoarding. I hear they've got a collection that'd make Aleister Crowley come back from the dead. That is, assuming he isn't already sitting on a shelf somewhere over there.
Tell me where to find the Giovanni.
Oh, I'll tell you. And if you're foolish enough to go there, well, don't say I didn't warn you, boss. They have a mansion in the city. I'll draw you a map. They're having a reunion. Anyone who isn't a Giovanni shouldn't get within 50 yards.
Thanks. Looks like that's where I'm headed.
Am I the only one who saw this coming 1,000,000 miles away?
It seems so.
You get 'em, boss. You give 'em one for Gary. If you should survive and ever need any information, come back and see me. I'm always here. And everywhere.
I'll remember that. Goodbye.
Hop in.
Yeah, what is it?
This is the Giovanni mansion.
Giovanni? Oh, yeah, here's the place. I haven't met you before. You, family? Member of the family?
Yes, I am.
Is that right? Hell of a family to be born into or married into or both. You have an invitation with you?
Yes, I've got it. See you inside.
Yes, what is it?
Is your wife okay?
She'll be fine after I get a pot of coffee in her.
I don't know. Maybe you should take her home.
Well, she did pretty much cause the last function to come to a screeching halt. That woman has the self-control of a pubescent chimpanzee.
You better hurry up. I think she's going to puke.
Come on, Maria, we're going home.
You have invitation.
Yes, I do. Here you go.
Please have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Might as well be a costume party. Everyone's smiling, pretending this isn't a pageant put on by the patriarch of this family. Fine. But this is a contest, and I came to win.
I'm Maria. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Mira Giovanni.
So what exactly did you mean when you called this a contest?
They gather us up here to decide just who's the best and brightest of this generation is. The lucky few are given the real power in this family. But some of us need to win more than others. Oh, forget it. You wouldn't understand.
What? I want to know.
Forget it. I've said too much already.
I'm very interested. Tell me more about the real power in the family.
Uncle Bruno. Since I was a kid, he's been the patriarch of this family. Except he hasn't aged a day. I met with a senator from Massachusetts who asked me if I was related to Bruno Giovanni. Said Uncle Bruno helped him with his first campaign back in 1950. We've all heard the rumors. The core of our family, they never age. They're secretive. Whispers of blood magic and a kiss. Whatever it is, they pick the very best of us for it. I'd do anything to be picked. I've made some errors in judgment, but I've lobbied hard for this family's interests.
Errors in judgment? For example?
What? Forget it. I'm not saying anything about that.
Even the best of us make mistakes. It's obviously set you on this path.
I just met you. I like you, but I can't tell anyone. It's too personal. Sometimes you do things you regret. And if someone here found out, they'd use it to destroy my chances at the family ever letting me into their inner circle.
You're not the only one with regrets, Mira.
You couldn't possibly understand.
I hit a jogger once and I kept on driving. Couldn't let it ruin the family, right?
I did something because it made me feel alive. If you've never tasted it, you wouldn't understand. But a few months ago, I shared a hit with somebody I thought was clean. I tested positive last week.
I understand. That's unfortunate.
I won't have to worry about this disease if the family accepts me into the inner circle. I won't have to worry about a thing ever. I'm on a lot of politicians' Christmas card list, and this family knows I've swung a lot of votes for it. But I'll spare no expense for a lock. I want to be in that circle of power, and I won't let blood get in the way. And of course, when your time comes, I'll pay back the favor.
I'll see what I can dig up.
Hey there, Adam Dunser. I don't think we've met. You are?
Maria.
Maria, pleasure to meet you. What line of work are you in?
Real estate.
Myself, I'm an investment banker. Great business, lot of potential. For example, I got the inside track on this company right now. And let me tell you, when this company goes public, everyone's going to wish they had a piece of it.
Tell me more.
Well, it's a biotech firm. You know, they're working on growing replacement organs. Really fascinating technology. In a couple of years, I'd bet everyone will be going to them for parts. I figure an investment of $50,000 can be easily tripled in 5 years.
I'd like to, but I don't have my checkbook with me.
Do you have cash? Credit? We could set it up over the phone right now. You'd really be helping me out a lot, and making a tidy profit to boot.
What do you mean, helping you out?
It's just that business is a little slow lately. But you know how the economy is. It goes down, but it'll shoot right back up again. And this is the horse to bet on, I guarantee it.
You sound pretty desperate.
I won't lie to you. I've had a couple of busts here and there, had a few losses, it happens. But this company, this is the big score right here. Anything you wanted to invest, 50, 30, 15 grand, whatever. It's high yield, low risk.
So, essentially, you haven't made any money in a while.
Well, the business, it's
not doing well, is it?
most people here, they've got cash they don't know what to do with. And if one of us falls on hard times, don't you think as family, they're obligated to help him out? Besides, I get the kiss tonight. Everyone will be investing with me. In fact, if I could ensure my place at the grown-ups table by, say, drawing some attention away from my financial shortcomings, I'd be guaranteed the kiss. Know any dirt about the others I could use? I can't pay you, but I got this watch and this ring.
I'll see what else I can find out. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. Fantastic party, huh?
What? Oh, sure.
What's your problem?
Nothing to be concerned about. Excuse me.
Something the matter?
Family events. Ugh. How many more of these do we have to attend before we're taken seriously? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, really.
They're pitting us against our own flesh and blood for the privilege of joining the power clique. All you hear is, what have you done? How much did you make? Who do you know? You can't tell anyone anything, because they might use it against you.
You mean if you found dirt on the others, you wouldn't use it?
The heart says no, but the businessman in me tells me to smear them into the ground. I guess I would. And I know they'd probably do the same.
So, if I were to hear some gossip about other people, you'd be interested?
Yeah, I guess I would.
That's not all that's troubling you, is it? You can trust me.
I don't even know who you are. I'm Chris Giovanni, by the way.
Maria Rossellini.
Call me paranoid, but how do I know I can trust you?
You seem decent. I've got a secret I've been afraid to tell people as well.
You go first. If it's anything like mine, I'll tell you what's bothering me.
I realized I'm an atheist. I renounced my Catholicism.
Really? In this family, that kind of thing can get you excommunicated if you're not careful. Well, all right. You want to know what's on my mind? I'll tell you. I found out a few months ago. My mother had an affair before I was born. Turns out my father isn't a Giovanni at all. My real father's this writer named Michael Avalon. If anyone found out, well, I might never rise up in this family.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. Enjoy the party.
Oh, hello again.
I might have heard something about your family you might like to know.
Yes?
You'll be happy to know then that Adam is completely broke.
Adam broke? A few years ago they did an article on him in the business section. Money's practically more important than God to this family. I'll make sure Uncle Bruno somehow overhears this. Take this. It's more than Adam's worth.
You'll like this too. Chris isn't really a Giovanni. His mother had an affair.
And Cecilia had an affair? If Chris isn't really a Giovanni, it won't sit well at all with Bruno. So sorry, cousin. Here, these bills represent Chris's entire future. Spend them wisely. For your assistance, you can be certain that, when I have my way, I'll bring you into the fold. If you wish. All I have to do is set the rumor mill in motion, and I'm as good as in. Excuse me.
Okay.
Kindred, your presence here violates the agreement between our leaders. Leave now, or face the consequences of your actions.
What are you talking about?
There is an alliance between your leader LaCroix and Mistress Ming Zhao. You violate the agreement. If you do not leave, we are not responsible for your death.
Don't worry, you won't be responsible. I'll tell them.
My Wunderkind returns. In my entire court, I knew there was only one who could have succeeded in this task. Finally, the Ankaran sarcophagus is ours. Come, I've granted Beckett's request to study and document all the markings of the sarcophagus. You've met Beckett, haven't you? Let's go take a look inside and see what the commotion around the city has really been all about.
Yes, let's.
What have you assessed so far?
Unfortunately for the Heralds of Doom, it appears we won't be opening Pandora's box. The markings, as far as I can tell, are of Assyrian origin. An extraordinary piece, but nothing earth-shattering.
I see. Then there is no good reason why we shouldn't open it. Won't budge. Beckett, do you see any mechanism for the lid?
I haven't as yet had a chance to pore over it with my fine-tooth comb. I think I have one in my bag.
Why won't it open, Beckett? And you, I thought you said it looked as if it had been opened on the Dane. I want it open! You and Beckett, figure out a way to open it. I need to know what's inside. I have other matters to attend to. Come get me when a solution has been found.
Ah, the depths to which I'll sink to prove others wrong. The young ones get so temperamental. Fortunately for Sebastian, is it? I'd already made up my mind to open the sarcophagus, if only to show the city that Gehenna, contrary to popular belief, has not begun.
So, how do we open it?
In the last few seconds, I've had very few epiphanies. I may be old, but I didn't build it. How knowledgeable are you on ancient Assyrian funerary constructs?
Not very.
Fortunately for us, I know of someone who has distinguished himself in this field.
Who?
His name is Dr. Anders Johansen, a professor of archaeology from Norway. He was the one responsible for finding the sarcophagus, and as far as I know, the only authority on its origin and design.
Where can I find him?
Until yesterday, he could have been found in his suite at the Empire Hotel downtown. But when I stopped by earlier this evening, all I found was spilt coffee on a morning paper.
Appears he's been abducted.
By who?
I detected the scent of myrrh incense, which is usually burned in monasteries. Also, I found beach sand in part of a muddy footprint. Putting two and two together, I located a monastery near a beach in Malibu, where I believe hunters are holding Johansson captive.
You figured all that out from sniffing around his room?
Actually, there were 2 hunters on the roof of the building opposite the hotel who were positively delighted to tell me everything they knew, provided I stopped dangling them headfirst over the side.
So what do we do to get him back?
The hunters abducted Dr. Johansson for his own protection, or at least that's how they've justified it. He's being held by the Society of Leopold and used, quite ingeniously, as bait for Prince Lacroix's minions.
The Society of Leopold?
Sebastian mentioned you ran into one of the hunters from the Society of Leopold some time ago. They're so secret a church organization, I don't even think they know if they exist. But essentially, they're murderers for Christ, or some such deity.
So how do we get him out?
You'll have to go to the monastery and find a way into the tunnels beneath, where the hunters are holding Johansson. I'm afraid I can't accompany you, but then it's best you go alone. Too many of us might set them off, like fundamentalists on contrary opinion.
How do I get there?
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly Sebastian's already provided cab fare. I'm sure he always spares no expense when archaeology is at stake.
I have a few questions before I go.
Excellent.
Tell me about yourself.
I've said quite a lot about myself already. I know even less about you than you do me. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
I appreciate your interest in me. I'm fascinated by you.
Then I'll let you in on a little secret. Beckett may not be the name I was born with. Events always seem to unfold wherever I go, like Chicago a few years ago. Oh, it's a bother to explain. Either I'm pursuing fate, or it's got a bone to pick with me. Unless you've got further questions, I'd really like to get back to looking at the sarcophagus.
I would like to ask the prince something first.
Did you find a way to open the sarcophagus?
Getting the sarcophagus back was quite an expensive ordeal.
I can't have my protege looking plebeian, can I? You'll find I can be very generous towards those who serve me well.
Did I mention I had to slink through sewers, Chinatown, fight as a Mishi?
Point made.
You've made a wise investment. Now it's time for me to pay off.
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly Sebastian's already provided cab fare. I'm sure he always spares no expense when archaeology is at stake.
I'm ready to go get the professor.
Remember, Dr. Johansson is an innocent. He has no idea we actually exist. Try not to put the idea in his head.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's that book you were looking for.
The Voce del Morte. The Giovanni never willingly share their secrets, and I've had little success infiltrating their strongholds. How did you obtain this?
They were a little distracted, so I was able to slip in under the radar.
It will take some time to translate and unlock the secrets of this. I will have to move on from the city to evade any Giovanni seeking it. Take this. This will complete the terms we agreed to, and I think it is adequate compensation. It is the key of Alamut. It instills dread in those that would harm you and makes it harder for them to strike you. Make no mistake, our dealings do not make us allies. If indeed we meet again, do not ask me for any favors. I will give you this final advice, however. Leave this city. These are its final nights. Discord looms heavy. I've felt this before.
What do you mean?
In November of 1938, I was translating documents in Leipzig, Germany, written by a purported Crusades-era necromancer. There also, I felt a sense of impending chaos. Soon after was the Kristallnacht, the wellspring of a new world war.
I see. I'll take that into consideration. Goodbye.
Master?
Baby girl.
Hey, don't walk on by. I look like D.I. Warwick. David Duchovny sick. Signed, sealed, and certified. Yo, I got dinosaur eggs. We don't know what kind. Buy them and hatch them. Oh, man, got a Galapagos turtle. This week only.
Going somewhere?
Prominent Chinese businessman and restaurateur Wang Ho was found dead in his home this afternoon, and investigators suspect foul play. His daughter, Kiki Ho, says she suspects a local gang may have killed her father to retaliate against his efforts to encourage local residents to clean up criminal elements in Chinatown. Local residents say he was